right.
Did it record successfully last time?
No, I don't know. It kept crashing on me, but I was doing it from my laptop, but now I'm doing it from my desktop, so this should work fine here. So, all right.
Okay.
Well, so why don't we'll do a quick refresh, and then we'll just and then we were gonna jump into some Salesforce reports. So let's click on the map tab.
hmm
Okay. We'll let it do its thing here.
hmm
So, and then just the kind of as a refresher, that if you go over to the left, kind of the widget on the sidebar, and we look at the buttons. So just go down a little bit where it says nearby, shape, map, and everywhere. Yeah. So essentially, those are the buttons that allow us to define kind of what we see on the map. The nearby
hmm
is so map view. The nearby won't be that functional for you because it's picked up your geolocation in Calgary, and there's not a lot of stuff that's going to be related around the Calgary area. But shape we talked about, and if you look over to the far right, we've got all the little widgets there that we have, and then so we can draw shapes on the map, and then ultimately when we click the shape button, that allows us to search inside of a shape. And then the button map view, if you happen to go in and as an example, go up to the right, kind of near the far right, and it says search places, markers, and Salesforce. So it's just move your mouse over right. It's more towards the widgets on the sidebar. So keep moving right, where you can see all the way over. There you go. Now just over left a bit. There's a little blue magnifying glass. So over one more. There we go. So click into the box beside that. So there, if we type in Fox Creek, and then you can see it says Fox Creek, Alberta. Go ahead and click that. And then down in the bottom right hand corner, let's just zoom out just a little bit. Not much there. Okay, that's good right there. And then if we go over to the say over onto the left hand side, and then let's open up over on the far left. It says let me see new well licenses last 30 days. So that's on the sidebar on the far left. So all the way down. So take her all the way down, and then right there. So click on that. Or sorry, let's change it from shape. Yeah, so go up and click back on the top where it says map view. Just over to the right. And now go down and click that 30 well licenses last 30 days. There we go. So essentially,
Why do I need to put a map view
well,
instead of shape?
so right now, what we see on the map, like we see the Fox Creek, and then we just see the kind of the area around Fox Creek. If we click that all new well licenses last 30 days, so just go down and click that, it will only draw them on the view that's available on the map today.
Oh, that's what that means.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it comes in handy sometimes when you're doing like if you go to a camp, one of your existing campsites, and then you say, hey, I want to see who's around that. You can click the map view, and then it will automatically bring that up for you. So,
oh, I see.
Yeah, and then at the bottom, if we scroll down, we can see that it generates essentially a list view for us. And then in that list view, we've got just in the middle part the little pie chart. Let's go ahead and click on the pie chart, and that allows us to do some analytics. So what we're looking at is, hey, around Fox Creek, who's the most active, and then that kind of gives you a nice little list view. Mm-hmm. If you go group by, go over to the group by to the left. So it's just just down a little bit, and then it says there we go. And then you could go in there and say, well, man, I want to see what field they're operating in. So go ahead and click field. And then, that would say, okay, hey, here's the fields that, that they're most operating. Or we could go up and change it from field to terminating zone. And yes, go ahead and click on that. And then it will show us that it's mostly Montney and the little bit of Duvernay and the Beaver Hill Lake group. So there, what an example of a report, somebody might say, hey, we're really interested in all the guys that are operating in the Montney. Might be an example of, something that, that somebody might be looking for. And then this could allow you to, to go in and search that. So we'll give you that's probably a good sample here. So let's scroll up. And then over on the left, down at the bottom, the blue stack of essentially those are the data sets. And then let's just X that one out. So we'll take out what we have here, and then click on the folder to the left, and then go down and go to that new well licenses last 30 days. Now go over to the right where the 3 dots are. And then that allows us to edit the data set. So let's, there we go, edit data set. So it says last 30 days, that's great. And then go add field. It's over just to the right within this box here. So add filter, sorry. Just don't go down to the far right. It's right on the edge. So over to the far right where your mouse is. And now go up one more. There we go, add filter. And then, so we can click on that, and then type in terminating, and then just click on terminating zone, the word terminating zone. All right, and say select, and then instead of equals, change the operator to starts with. Let's go with a starts with. And then type in, go MONT. And that's good, and then say add filter, just down on the bottom right. Here, we could save this, we could go save as, and this would be our Montney search. But in this case, we're just taking a quick sample of the data, so we'll just leave it as is. So let's close that dialog box. And then now just hit close in the bottom right corner there. That's going to hold that information in there for us while we're working in this session. But when we log out and log back in of the map app, it'll go back to what the default was, which is just going to be license date last 30 days. So we can say close. And now let's go change the button from map view to everywhere. So that case, we want to see everything on the map. And then let's go down and click on that data set, the well license last 30 days. So it's just up a little bit. New well license last 30 days. There we go. There we go. So that is a kind of a reference. Like we probably could have gone a little bit longer than say last 30 days. We probably could have gone out and said, show it to me in the last 120 days, and it would have gave us a little bit more of a complete picture. But that's an example of, so that could be considered the Montney area, right? And so it's kind of there's a lot of buzzwords. So somebody in the executive might say, hey, we want to really do a blitz in the Montney area. So what we can do is over on the far right on our little widgets, let's grab the second one from the top, which is a pencil. There we go. And then click on that. Now come over and then go up towards the top where that purple purple marker is. Just click in the map. And now go down. Take your mouse down. Oh yeah. So let's click and let's click on that. Let's just delete that action. So just go remove, and then let's go back over and click on that. So I think if we click and hold, it should draw for us. Let's see here. So click it on. Yeah. There we go. Let's we've got it selected there. Yeah, move over just to the left of that a little bit there. So here we go. Now click there. No, let me just go onto my map and just look at it real quick here. Just give me half a second. Okay. Yeah, there we go. And then I'll just come back here. Okay. So all you have to do is, there you go. Now just click on the map. So just right there, say click right there. And now drag down and click. And let's just circle these or these pins. There we go. And you have to bring it, to stop it, we got to bring it all the way back to where we started. So click. Yeah, that's good. So just click on the map. Just click your mouse and there we go. And then right there is good. And then bring it over. Okay, perfect. So that could be considered kind of the Montney, right, on that side of it. So what you can do is you can then click on the shape, and then it'll open up the actions dialog box for us. And then we can click on where it says actions, and then we could go save as, and or just save, I guess. Yeah, just save. And then here you decide what you want to save it. We won't save it because I actually think I've got the Montney built for you already, but that's an example of what we could do. So let's just hit cancel here. And then cancel again. And then let's go over to the BlueStacks and where our data sets are, where it's got the number 2. And let's remove the first one, which is new well licenses last 30 days. Okay, now let's click on the folders. And then let's take a look at, click on the button up at the top that says shape. So we've changed it to we want to do this shape. And now let's click on competitor camps. Just up a couple. Just it's under camp information. It just go up about halfway up. So move, no, go all the way up to the top, or and then there we go, competitor camps. Yeah, so let's go ahead and click on that. So there we only have one camp show up in there on the competitor side of it. So we can go down and click on the, so if somebody said, an example might be if somebody said, hey, who's all of we're interested in kind of growing the Montney. Actually, nobody came up, I guess. So let's click on that competitor camps again. Yeah, let's just see what it says there. It might say, should give us a message there. Nope, doesn't say anything on that side of it. Let's go click on the folder. Go down to the competitor camps all down at the bottom. Yeah, let's click on that, and then we'll see if that actually, because there should be some competitor camps in there. Invalid operator ID field. Okay. Let's go back. Let's go back up to that competitor camps up near the top, and then let's click on the dataset editor. So put your mouse over it, and then go edit dataset, and let's see. Competitor camps all, and we do have them. We might not have them. I thought we had it all geocoded there, so that's interesting. Let me see here, competitor camps area. Let's close this one. And then we also, for some reason, we got another competitors camp up in that areas section. Let's go up there. Just right at the top of the page. Up a little bit. Now down a little bit. Right there. So just up one. Yeah, let's click on that. Let's see if it... So yeah, for whatever reason, the competitor camps. Let's go down, go back to the folder. Go down to the bottom one that has the competitor camps all, and let's click on the data set beside that. Go click on the edit data set, and let's see what it says there. Edit data set. Okay, let me see here. Where are we? Competitor camp all. Click the X on that. Let's get rid of the where it says geographic area shape contains Montney. Oh yeah, that would have been there. Now click on that competitor camps all again. Yeah, invalid operator ID. Huh. I'm not too sure what. We'll have to look in that on that side. But okay, well, let's go up to. Let's click up closer to the top. Let's click on the Horizon All Camps. Yeah, just down one more. The one below it. Yeah, click that one. There we go. So we'll figure out why the competitor camps aren't coming up. I'll take a look at that. But ultimately, we've got, now we've got a list of, if somebody says, hey, where are we in the Montney area? And then ultimately, what are our camps in that area? If we scroll down and let's look at the data table that it created for us, down at the bottom of the page. So all the way down at the bottom, we're going to look at the rows where the little graph, the pie chart is. Yeah, there we go. So there's all the different camps that we have. So we've got dedicated and open. So let's go on that first one, HNL 17. Let's click the little box beside the yellow pin, just over to the left, and then we can go back up and take a look at it. So there we go. So there's one of our camps on that side of it. So this kind of gives you an idea of what we can do. So somebody might say, hey, we're interested in the Montney, and then we could say, okay, here are all of our camps, and then we could print this out if we wanted to, export it into a CSV file. And then the other thing we can do, let's go back over to all new well licenses last 30 days. So there we go. Go down a little bit. Just down a couple more. All new well licenses last 30 days. It's up just a bit. There we go. Let's edit the data set. So let's hit the dots.
Excuse me.
To the right. So yeah, there we go. Edit data set. And then let's change that from 30 days. Let's X out the terminating zone. So we already have our shape. And then let's change, put your mouse into where it says 30, behind the 30, and let's change it to 100. And then just say close on the bottom right hand corner. And then we can go in. Now let's click that, all new well licenses 30 days on the left. Just up, there we go. So now we've got our camps in the Montney. So somebody says, hey, we want to look at the camps in the Montney. And then we are now looking at all the activity associated with those particular camps that we have. If we scroll down to the table at the bottom, and then let's hit the little pie chart. And then account. So we've just got a few too many values. Chart limits 40 unique values. We've got 48 of them in there. So, what you can do is let's scroll down and look at the table at the bottom, and then so keep scrolling down, and then what we can do. So we got NEL outlier. Let's click on the column that says account name. Just over to the right. Yeah, there we go. Click on that. Perfect. And then so it is already. So let's scroll down, and then we'll find somebody. I think it's keep scrolling. We'll go right to the bottom. Well, you know what? There's all these agenda ones. So let's just X out like this where your mouse is right now. Go over to the left, and then hit the X. Just down. Yeah, hit that, or not that one. Let's go down to where it says agenda. Yeah, there we go. Now hit the X. Just right there. Hit that X. So hit a few of them. So we'll get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to get rid of 8, essentially, and a couple more. I think that should be it. Okay, now let's scroll up and look at that pie chart and see if it, and then change it from account name. Let's go to field. So let's just take a look at the field. There we go. And then now let's go move it back to account name, and we'll see if it actually brings up the account name for us. Still too many values. 40 unique values, 48. Yeah, it's just, I guess Xing them out didn't really matter that much. But that's an example. We would just change the data set to be a little bit smaller. So what we can do is let's scroll up, and we'll go to the data sets just on the bottom of the widget on the side there. where the 3 in the blue stack is. And then let's get rid of the new well licensed last 30 days. Exit. Hit the X there. Now let's hit the folders. And then let's go down to all well licenses last 30 days. Just up a little bit there. There we go. Now hit the edit data set on the right. And then we'll go edit data set. Yeah, click, there we go. And now let's move it to 75, from 100 to 75. Okay, close that. So hit the little blue stack again over where the data sets are. Yeah, hit that. And then hit the one that says right at the top, that one that says 361. Hit the X just over to the right of that. There we go. Now scroll down. Let's go to the pie chart and click on the pie chart. And then move it to account. Yeah, I don't know what happened, why we lost our account there. Let's go back up again, and then let's hit the let's make sure we've got. Oh, that's Horizon Camps. Go down, and then you can see the tab where the pie chart is. Look up just a little bit. Yeah, click on that tab. There we go, and then hit the pie chart, and then there you go. We've got account. So if somebody said, "Hey, we're interested in the Montney," and who are the people in that area that are operating and how busy they are. Here's an example of how we can get that that set of data. So it's like, okay, here's a list of our target accounts that we're looking for. So, so we've got all these tools in here to kind of slice and dice, the data a lot. And again, you got to think, you want to make it as geographic focused as possible, and then we want to create the clusters around that geographic reference that we have. So this case, we use a shape as our geographic reference, right? The other case could be, let's scroll up and then hit the data set stack, and then let's get rid of both the new well license query. So hit the X there, and then let's get rid of the shape as well, just the unnamed shape, just down one. There we go. And now let's, the one that's check marked, let's zoom in and let's just show that on the map. So hit the plus on the bottom right, there we go. And then let's get it so it just kind of shows, I don't know if we'll be able to zoom in enough here. There we go. Let's go, right there. Okay, so let's assume, and then zoom in one. Yeah, that's good right there. Now go over to the folders on the left. And then change the button up at the top from shape to map view. And then let's click well licenses last 30 days. Which it's actually 75 days. So they're saying there's no records found on there. So what we can do is edit the data set. So go to the well license last 30 days. So just go down a little bit. The data set. So go up a bit, a couple more. New well license last 30 days. Hit the edit data set. And then let's move that out to 300. And then say close. And now select it. There we go.
Click again.
Yeah. Let's take a look at that. And it's just there we go. So we're not getting a ton of results on that. We got one, but again, it becomes a geographic reference for us. So we're taking a look at it. We're saying, hey, we either want to look at a shape that we set up for ourselves, and then in that shape, multiple camps might show up, or we might want to just look at it from a specific camp perspective. And then at that particular point, we could either use map view or we can use a shape. We could draw a shape here. We did learn, I think, last time is most of the people that are using that camp are more to the east of that location. So that's where a shape worked out better for us. We drew a shape that went all the way from the camp to the BC border, and then a bunch of records showed up on that side of it. So So that's really how how I use this data, and then you could save them. So what we've done, if we go over to the left, and then let's scroll up to the top, and we'll look at the folders. So we want to be able to organize it. So up on the there's a little plus sign just down a little bit. Just up right there. Yeah, click that, and then new, and then we could create new folders, or we could create a new data set for ourselves, right? So so this is how we can, if you're setting up some stuff for yourself, this is hitting that plus sign. In Salesforce, they call that like a quick action when we see the plus sign. So a lot of times we might want to just quickly set up a new folder for ourselves, right? And then name it whatever we want on that side of it.
Yep.
So let's close this. And then we've done a little bit of leg work for you. So in the sense that we've got some, click on that My Personal Saved Layers. Let's see what's in that folder on the left there. So that one's empty. That's fine. Let's click on the option, the one that says Montenay and Duvernay. So let's just click on that shape. It's just the top. There we go. And then so we've got one. So that's kind of like the Duvernay is south of Grand Prairie, and the Montenay is north going into BC. So if somebody said, hey, we want to see what's going on in the Montenay and Duvernay, we now have that shape saved. We could go into well licenses last 30 days, and then we could say search by the shape, and then all of a sudden we have a list of the accounts and how active they are on the map, right? So let's go ahead and I think if you just click on the shape itself, it should give us that quick actions, and then go to actions, and then just remove it. So we don't want to delete it, we just want to remove it off the top. So yeah, there we go. Click on that, and then we've got a bunch of data sets set up for your camps, open and operated. So let's go in and let's go to the data sets down in the blue, and let's get rid of the one that we have on there. Click on that blue stack. And then let's get rid of new well licenses last 30 days in Horizon Camps. Let's get the other one out too. Let's click on the X that one out. Go back to the folders. And now let's take a look at Horizon Open and Operated Camp. It's just up a little. So just up a bit more. There we go. Let's click on that. Let's just make sure that we've got some data in there. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we had it. We have the button on Map View, which is fine because most of your camps are there already. So we've got we've got a data set for you that can show you your open and operated camps. So you can quickly go in and take a look at that. Let's go back down to the kind of the data set manager at the bottom, and then get rid of these shapes. And then so left, but you know what? Actually, just leave it on there. That's fine. We'll leave it on there.
Okay.
Let's go over, and then let's go Horizon Open Only. It's data set. It's just under the last one we clicked. Just down one more. Okay. So here's more, and so what we've got now, if we scroll down, we could see that we've got two tabs open. So go all the way down to the data table. So just down a little bit more. Scroll the page down to there we go. So you can see we've got two tabs open. You can click on that first tab, and then hit the X beside the 31 in the gold, just up a little bit. Yeah, hit that X. So that takes those off of there. Or you can go down, you can hit the plus beside the 31, and then go hit the X on, click on the next tab, and then hit the X on that one, and then we've got our other one. So it gives us some layers that we can, so we don't always have to be going in and deleting the data set if we don't want to. You can open up 3, 4, 5 tabs, and then just click on and get some different options for you on that side of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, but this case, let's yeah, we'll leave these open. That's fine. Let's go back to the folder, and then let me see, company specific. Let's click on the folder that says Horizon Matting Shape. It's just up a little bit. One more. Yeah, there we go. So we've got Goldendale and Rocky Grand Prairie. Click on that Goldendale to BC. Gordondale, sorry, to BC. And let's take a look at what that shape is. So that's one example of a shape that we have there. And then let's click on the folder below that says Horizon, what should we call it? Horizon Open Camp Shapes. Okay, so here are some of your open camp shapes. So let's go ahead and just click a couple of those. So yeah, some of these circles might be small because we've got, essentially that's what we figure is the geographic surface area for these. So you could come in if somebody said, hey, I want to see, who's doing the most drilling by the Mersey Open Lodge. You could just come in here, go to the Horizon Open Camp shape, and then go ahead and click that, and then do a search on all the well licenses, and then that would give you your data set on that side of it. And then you could use the the pie chart to do some graphs and export the data on that side of it.
Okay.
So let's get these off the map. So let's hit the kind of data set manager, the little blue icon, and we'll click these off. I just want to see. So I think you're kind of getting the hang of the map. I mean, you got to just come in and fool around with it. To kind of let's go ahead and get rid of the last ones there. So hit the blue stack there. Okay. All right. So what I want to do here is so we're in GeoPoint locations. I don't think we've got you. I'm going to go take a look on my end here for a second.
Okay.
And GeoPoint setup. And I'm going to look at what your administrative right is here. So I'd like to get you to get into the administrative console if we can. So user settings. Tom, auto loading layer, edit, quick check in, check out, share, check in on newsfeed, distance, wrote up, use same location markers, use scroll wheel, miles. So that's that. Let's just see here, map options, assignment plans. Okay, so let me just see here. I'm going to click mine and go back to classic. And set up. And let's Google Maps, Lightning, can install packages. GeoPoint, manage licenses, workforce accommodations. So we got Tom, system administrator, sales admin. I wonder. Let's just see here. Remove. Just taking a look and see if I can install packages. I want to get you access to something, but I have to just take a look at it here.
Okay.
GeoPoint manage configure. Yeah, there is something here that'll allow me to batch jobs, remove user permissions, set user permissions. Background process set user permission was successfully launched. Set user permissions. process assigned your user to permission sets that come with GeoPoint application. Okay. Okay, let me just do this then. Users. What's your last name again, Tom? It's
Y-A-N-G. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Edit. Okay. Now let's come back over here. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and just exit out of this. Let's, what I want you to do is go up and refresh your browser up at the top, top left there. See if this, okay, there we go. So click on the tab up at the top that says GeoPoint Setup. Just up a little, there we go, GeoPoint Setup, there we go. So this is the admin console for the mapping app.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the features that we have, and there's, yeah, they limit how many of these you can actually do, but a couple things that we need to do from time to time, and I think we'll have to take a look at how to do it, kind of make sure the refresh is scheduled. But click the tab that says Map Objects. Just over to the left, there we go. So here's all the objects that we have. We do have competitor camp there, which is interesting. And then let me see, edit. Let's go to the one that says Canadian Well License, which is the second row down, and click the edit over to the left of it.
What is the map objects here means?
So those are the objects we have in Salesforce. So the data sets that we have in Salesforce. And then I came in and I configured GeoPoint to say we want to geocode the records inside of these objects.
Okay.
And the objects that we have are the facilities, the well licensed, the camps, your camps, and the competitor camps.
Oh, okay.
So go down to the second one, and hit edit. Let's just take a look here. And so these are the fields that we've mapped. I just want to see if this is where we schedule. Scroll down just a little bit. Okay, yeah, not really. So hit the back key on your browser. It'll take us back to the map objects there. Let it do its thing here. Okay, click on that map objects. And then, let me see here, all new map object. I have to go in, map objects are customer standard and we mapped. I got to figure out how we schedule these, but go over to the far right, and then it says, there's a link and it says all or delta. Click on the word all on you can click on that one, that's fine. So sometimes the objects aren't just not giving, or is that thing in the way, the little widget? It's not giving you the object to select those, I guess.
No.
I
Yeah,
wonder
no.
why that is. That's interesting. On that side of it. So last geocode 1016. So they've all been geocoded. So that's fine. So we don't need to worry about that. So those are the objects that we've mapped, and we've got the Horizon, the competitor camps one. We're going to go in and look at that here in a minute. But go up to the tab that says Assignment Plans. And then, so what we have here is, I've essentially, the concept behind an assignment plan is that we can draw an image on a map, and then when we load up the records, it makes reference to the image and then enters that image name into the record itself. So and let's go to the well licensed detail mat assignment area. Let's go to the third one that says camp assignment area, and let's hit the edit on the far left there. So it's the third one down. So go down, yeah, and then click edit there. There we go. And we'll take a look at how this is set up. So what I've done is there is we've got on the map, we have 4 different shapes. And we had clicked on them just before we came over there. And you can see it in the area that says assignment areas. So there's Loose Gun Lodge, Copes Creek, Merceau Lodge, and Simonette Lodge.
Yeah.
So those are our 4 open camps. And then, so what we've done here on this particular thing is I've said, every time I load in well license records, there's a field, and then in the middle there it says custom assignment field. There's a field in the well license record called camp assignment area. And then what happens is when we load the records into Salesforce, the logic has a bit of a batch code that says, well, let's look at that geolocation and compare it to the references of these geolocations of these map shapes that we have. And if that record shows up in that shape, put the word Loose Gun Lodge in there, or put the words Cobes Lodge in there. So we're updating the well license record with the name of the lodge automatically. Mm-hmm. And so what that does for us is that if we go up to the top here, let's just take a look. I don't see it there. So on the far left where it says GeoPoint, right, and then underneath the little blue cloud is the little dots. Click on those little dots up in the top left corner. All the way up a little bit further, right there. Yeah, click on that. So that kind of takes us to all the apps that are available for us, plus all of the objects available for us. And then where all the words are in blue, on the third column or fourth column on the right, the third one down says dashboards. Let's click on that. So just down a little bit further. And then right there. So that's going to take us to the dashboards tab. I want to go into the dashboards tab here. So here are the dashboards that we have. And then what I want to do is let's go over to the left and then select that all folders where it gives us folder options. Just down, yeah, all folders, that's good. So here we've got, let me just see here, I've got account target. Click on that folder that says account target. And then that should be nothing here yet. Okay, go click on the all folders again. Okay, Canadian Executive Dash. Horizon Assignment Plans is the name of the folder. So let's go down there. And then so we've got 2 different dashboards. Let's click on the Open Lodge dashboard first. And the other one's called matting. I'm just going to make a note of that. There we go. And then we'll just let it do its thing here. Okay. Last refresh 14 days ago. Let's go up to the top right and hit the button that says refresh. Yeah, it's actually, you have to hit the button on the within the which we call it within the dashboard. So go over to your far right, and then there's a button there that says refresh. Yeah, okay. Let's refresh that. Okay, great. So what we've got here is we've got some dashboards and reports set up for ourselves. And then the concept of it is we're using those shape assignment plans that we created. Mm-hmm. So I went in and I said, look, if I load a well license and this geolocation shows up inside of that assignment plan or inside of that shape, the shapes that I've identified, add this data to the field so we can build some reports on that side of it. So if we look over to the left, we've got some different ones. So the first one says loose gun. So we know that I've got a shape on the map called loose gun. And then we loaded up last week the well licenses, and these companies showed up in that particular, where those well licenses were tagged with the word loose gun. So let's select the view report option at the bottom of the first dashboard widget that we have. So just over to the left, let's go over, that one there. So click on that. And then go up to the top right corner and select the edit button. And we'll go into the report editor. And one of the things down at the bottom, there's these little kind of sliding buttons. And they're just over to the right. Click that one there that says detail rows. Let's take a look at it and see what if that breaks out any details for us. So there we go. So what's happened here is those are the well licenses that I loaded into Salesforce. And then if you look over and you see there it says Loose Gun Lodge in the camp assignment plan. It's over to the right. It's like the second column from the very far right. So that data's there because we have a shape called Loose Gun Lodge on the map. And then we wrote an assignment plan, or we configured an assignment plan that says, take a look at the geolocation of this one, and if it falls in that shape, assign the word Loose Gun Lodge in there. So, and that's how we know that these records are in that particular area, on that side of it. Over on the far left, we've got our sidebar, and on the top of the sidebar, there's a tab called Filters. Let's click on the Filters. So it's on the far left, where all the fields are and everything else like that. So and click on Filters. And then you can see the filters that I've created. I said the top part is I said the license date equals last 60 days. So this is around the Loose Gun Lodge. Show me all the well licenses that have been in this area in the last 60 days. And that's why. So if I find the field, license date, which I don't think I'm displaying, or I might be, it would fall within the last 60 days. And then the other thing I've done is I've said below that, I've come in and I've said, okay, I've got the first filter I want after this is camp assignment area. Equals Loose Gun Lodge. So I have that field, and that's being populated by GeoPoint, the mapping app.
Okay.
And then so that's automatically putting that in there for me. Then the next one that I have is I'm saying I've got a field in the account object that counts how many days it's been since we last contacted the account. And I'm saying show me that if we haven't called that account in the last 8 days, that's what I want to show up on the report. And then we've got a couple last days since activity. So here are the filters that I configured to allow us to build this particular, essentially dashboard for this particular set of data that we have here. So what we'll do, we went over the map again. On Thursday, we'll spend a lot more time on the dashboard configurator, and we'll get you to build some reports and some dashboards. So the way I recommend it is the map itself, you want to save that, but the map is a great way for you to essentially do some investigation associated with areas and stuff. So it's a model, and then once you kind of figure out what it is that you want to do, then it can be more effective to do it in a dashboard, because all users have access to the dashboards, and we can push out reports and do all kinds of things like that. Okay. So it becomes a dashboard's a better tool for everybody, where the map is a good tool for you on that side of it.
Okay.
So we'll wrap it up here. I've saved this. I'm gonna just stop it right now. I'll post this.